We're in Holyoke, Massachusetts. We're at the Reservoir, and we're looking at the intake dam. The intake dam had a reservoir behind it called reservoir. It's right here. This is one of the few times during the year that you can see it. So if you look at the black structure, that's the old dam for the intake reservoir. Now that reservoir was so large, it would fill up all of what we're going to sweep across. Fill up all of this. It went about 300 yards backwards from this old masonry dam. It's not the concrete you're looking at, it's the old masonry rock in there. Now during most times of year, it's all blocked up with twigs, and now you can see it. Now you see a brook down there, and that brook is feeding into here, and that brook is what's called the Roaring Brook. It feeds into this old dam. It also feeds the White Street Reservoir Dam. And so we're going to point to the direction of the brook as it crosses under the road. It goes right below there. Right below there. And it keeps going downwards. It goes alongside an old reservoir road that's down there that got washed out during the hurricane in 1955. Now, it does reach the Connecticut River. Now, if you look, there's a greenway behind the other side of the road. That greenway used to have a small maintenance house on the top of it. Right? It's long gone, but you can go up there and trace out where it is. So you can trace with your feet. It's about 25 feet long, about 12 feet wide. All right, it traced an old house that was up there. All right, and then as you go along, some more, you see the night. You see an old chlorination plant that was put in 1966 and 1970 to replace one that was at the end of the old Reservoir Road I just pointed out to you. Now, the last thing to show you, there was an old guardhouse, and you can see there's grass behind the dam. When they ceased to use this dam in early 1960s, there was an old guardhouse right there that was in use from the beginning of this dam until up to then. So from 1882, when this reservoir was made, within a few years they put a guardhouse on it. And the outline of the guardhouse is still visible up there. And we're going to walk down there and I'm going to show you where these features are. All right, we're at the entrance of the old Reservoir Road. You see the greenery, the green lawn goes inwards, and then it starts getting blocked by a fence and large trees. That's the old Reservoir Road. You can follow that if the interstate wasn't there, and you'd go to the inside of the interstate, and you come up to the trail, and that was the trail that led to the reservoir. There was another trail that it meets about half mile from here. That was the old road up to Mountain Park. And they're both in there, they're both not used anymore. Okay, so this is an 1882. Now I was talking about that top of the hillock, and it has on top of it a foundation, and the foundation is such that you can still feel it through the sod. Now, if you have good eyes, back behind there is a gap in the trees, and that gap in the tree is where the trail, emergency trail, was put in late 1950s after the hurricane. Now I'm going to show you one more structure. Right inside of here is an old fountain, and there's actually an old road coming through, because the road came from there. It stopped being on this tar here, and it came right where the fluoridation plant is, went right over this greenery. Now the last thing I'm doing at this stop is we'll turn around, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave here, and you're going to see me walk the foundation of the old guardhouse. Right, so wherever I walk, once I get up to the brush, that's the old guardhouse's edge. Okay, so when I walked, the beginning part was the guardhouse's edge, and it goes not only along but inwards about 12 more feet. And then I walked the rest of the dam. You can sense the masonry dam below my feet. So thank you for coming to stop.